Welcome to Signal Post Daily, your human-curated AI-delivered tech and AI news briefing, episode 22, for Sunday, November 16th, 2025.
Happy Sunday, John. Ready for some gaming goodness?
Absolutely. We've got brand new releases, stunning new trailers, and a major platform controversy that's got PlayStation fans seriously upset. Buckle up.
I'm already hyped. Let's dive in.
First story, Resident Evil is doing something really unexpected. Capcom's releasing a brand new Resident Evil game on November 18th, but it's nothing like what you'd expect.
Wait, is this Resident Evil Requiem? The mainline sequel everyone's been waiting for?
Nope. This is called Resident Evil Survival Unit, and it's completely different. It's a free-to-play mobile strategy game, not a traditional survival horror experience.
So like, it's XCOM, but set in the Resident Evil universe?
Exactly. According to comic book, quote, the game blends the accessibility of mobile gaming with the depth of real-time strategy. You're managing a group of survivors, building a base in an abandoned mansion, and defending against infected hordes.
That actually sounds pretty fun, but why keep it so quiet?
Capcom barely promoted it at all. The official trailer has less than 10,000 views. You know, it feels like they're creating distance between this game and the mainline franchise.
So they're worried it might not appeal to hardcore Resident Evil fans?
Possibly. But here's what's cool. It features classic characters. Leon S. Kennedy, Jill Valentine, and Claire Redfield are all playable. You assign them to different roles and manage their survival.
Okay, so the characters are recognizable even if the gameplay is totally new. That's smart.
Right. And Game Reactor confirms it launches in 151 regions worldwide. The game goes live at 9 p.m. Eastern on November 18th, completely free to download on iOS and Android.
That's a massive reach. They're really going for global mobile adoption here.
Next up, Nintendo just dropped a massive 7-minute overview trailer for Metroid Prime 4. Beyond, and the Switch 2 is looking phenomenal running this game.
Finally, we've been waiting forever for substantial gameplay footage. What's the story setup?
So Samus answers a distress call from the Galactic Federation, but things go catastrophically wrong. She crashes on an unknown planet called Vuros and has to fight her way to survival.
That's a solid premise. But what makes this different from previous Metroid games?
According to 9 to 5 Toys, quote, Samus must explore the unknown planet Vuros in this first-person adventure. The planet has diverse locales, jungles, factories with storms, frozen research labs, and volcanic facilities all connected by a central desert called Sol Valley.
That's a ton of environmental variety. How does she navigate all that?
She gets a new vehicle called Viola, this ancient transportation device she finds on the planet. You ride it through Sol Valley to move between regions, and you can even use it to counter enemy attacks and smash crystal formations for energy.
Okay, so there's a vehicle mechanic. That's different from Metroid. What about new weapons or abilities?
This is the really innovative part. Samus gains mysterious abilities called psychic abilities. They let her manipulate energy, activate machinery, and solve environmental puzzles in totally new ways.
I'm skeptical about this departure from the classic formula. Won't that feel wrong for longtime fans?
I totally get that concern, but the trailer shows it works beautifully. You're still using the power beam, missiles, the morph ball, all the classic tools. But now you've got these psychic powers layered on top.
So it's innovation that respects tradition. I like that approach.
The game launches December 4th on both regular Switch and Switch 2. And you know, given how long this game took to develop, Nintendo restarted it completely in 2019. The payoff looks absolutely worth the wait.
Worth the wait is an understatement. This looks like the return to form the franchise needs. Okay, what's next?
Pokémon Company just announced Pokémon Pokopia for March 5th, 2026 on Nintendo Switch 2. It's a life sim game, and honestly, it sounds charming.
A life sim Pokemon game? That's a departure. But I'm hearing there's a catch here?
Yeah, and it's a big one. The physical version ships on a game key card. You know, the cartridges that don't contain any actual game data.
Wait, didn't Nintendo promise never to do that for first-party games?
They did. But Pokémon Pokopia exists in a gray area. According to comic book, quote, Pokopia will be published by, but not developed by, Nintendo. Nintendo publishes it, but Koei Tecmo actually develops it.
That sounds like a loophole to me. Honestly, Nintendo's technically keeping their promise on a technicality?
Totally fair take. Notebook Check notes that Nintendo President Doug Bowser said they have, quote, No plans to use game key cards for Nintendo-developed titles. The key word being developed.
So they're hiding behind the wording. That's not a great look for Nintendo.
I mean, you're right. Fans who collect physical media are legitimately upset. But here's what's actually cool about the game itself. You're transforming an island into a Pokemon paradise.
How does that work? Like, what's the actual gameplay loop?
You terraform the landscape, you farm, you build structures. It's honestly inspired by Minecraft and Stardew Valley, but with Pokemon as your companions and community.
Okay, that premise is genuinely appealing. It sounds relaxing and creative.
Pre-orders are live now at $69.99, and early adopters get a special Ditto rug to decorate their in-game house. You know, it's these little touches that make Pokemon games feel special.
I'm interested in the game despite the game key card controversy. Do you think the gameplay will justify the format choice?
Honestly, I think the game will be fantastic, but the delivery method is going to overshadow launch coverage. That's just unfortunate marketing timing.
Agreed. The game deserves better than this controversy. Story 4? Some controversy with PlayStation?
Sony just announced something that has PlayStation fans absolutely furious. Horizon Steel Frontiers is a new MMO set in the Horizon universe. But here's the problem. It's not coming to PS5.
Hold on. It's not coming to PlayStation? But that's where the franchise started.
Exactly. It's PC and mobile only. According to Comic Book, fans are calling it, quote, a slap in the face to the PlayStation community that built this franchise.
That's wild. Why would Sony do that? Like, what's the business logic here?
They're partnering with NCSoft, the Korean MMO powerhouse, and NCSoft specifically designed this for mobile audiences. It's a monster hunting game where you become a machine hunter taking down massive robotic beasts.
So mechanically, it sounds cool. The gameplay looks good even if the platform choice is controversial.
The trailer looks absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful post-apocalyptic environments, really engaging combat, cooperative and competitive hunting mechanics for bounties and resources.
I mean, that's the frustrating part. The game looks incredible, but PlayStation players feel abandoned.
Right. Game Reactor notes that unlike previous Horizon games where you played as Aloy, Steel Frontiers gives you a customizable player character. That makes sense for an MMO server with thousands of players.
At least they're thinking about the multiplayer design. But that still doesn't justify skipping PS5.
Fair point. The comments on the gameplay trailer are brutal. Fans are literally comparing it to like making a Zelda game and not releasing it on Nintendo Switch.
That's a perfect analogy, actually. It's that tone deaf.
There's no confirmed release date yet, but reports suggest it could launch as early as 2026. It'll have cross-play between PC and mobile at minimum.
So PC players and mobile players hunting together? That could work, I guess.
You know, the game itself might be genuinely fantastic, but this decision to exclude PlayStation feels like a massive missed opportunity. The franchise earned its players' loyalty, you know?
Completely agreed. The gameplay isn't the problem here. The platform strategy is.
Last story, Arc Raiders continues its absolutely explosive trajectory. You know we talked about this extraction shooter a few weeks ago, and it's now become a massive global phenomenon.
It's been 2 weeks and it's already doing what exactly?
4 million copies sold across Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. According to Gaming Bolt, quote, Arc Raiders has sold over 4 million units less than 2 weeks after release. This is a brand new IP in a pretty niche multiplayer genre.
4 million? That's insane for an extraction shooter. How many concurrent players are we talking?
Game Reactor says, quote, more than 700,000 concurrent players and still growing. This is Nexon's most successful global launch ever.
I'm skeptical that momentum can hold. Most extraction shooters peak and then drop off hard. What's keeping players invested?
Great question. Embark Studios just released the Northline update with substantial content. You get a brand new region, new machine enemies like the Matriarch and Shredder, and prioritized duo matchmaking.
Duo matchmaking is actually important. Extraction shooters live or die on squad chemistry.
Exactly. Plus, here's what really impressed me. They lowered cosmetic prices significantly. They listened to early feedback about pay-to-win concerns and adjusted immediately.
That's the kind of developer support that builds community loyalty. It's not just about the cosmetics, it's the signal they're sending.
Right. Stella Montis, the new map, launches later this November alongside a global community event, and December brings a new map condition called Snowfall Plus additional Raider decks and more events.
So they've got a content roadmap? They're thinking long-term sustainability?
Totally. The team clearly learned from the finals, their previous game. They're not sitting on success. They're doubling down on player engagement and retention.
This might actually be an extraction shooter with staying power. Most people are comparing it to Tarkov or DayZ, but it's more accessible.
Exactly. It's bridging the gap between hardcore extraction fans and mainstream players. And in a weekend where we're seeing franchises return and new platforms expanding, Arc Raiders proves there's massive appetite for fresh original multiplayer experiences.
It's genuinely the feel-good story of gaming right now.
What a weekend for gaming announcements. We've got nostalgia hits like Metroid, innovative new IP like Arc Raiders, experimental life sims like Pokémon Pokopia, and one really controversial platform strategy with Horizon.
It's honestly wild how much diversity we're seeing right now in gaming.
Exactly. Whether you're a hardcore Metroid fan, an MMO enthusiast, a cozy game collector, or an extraction shooter fan, there's genuinely something for everyone in this holiday season.
Do you have thoughts or comments about any of these stories? Send your feedback and thoughts to feedback@signalpostdaily.com. We'd love to hear what grabbed you this week.
That's the weekend gaming edition of Signal Post Daily Forum. Thank you, friends, for tuning in.
Bye-bye.